All right. So today we are going over how to lose fat when you sit all day, and not only just losing fat, but like actually getting jacked. And I'll even talk about, things that can very well be a part of somebody's life that is also, in an active job where they're working like blue collar or on their feet all day. So it'll be a little bit of everything, but definitely the primary focus is going to be, my people that are sedentary, my people that are not moving a lot because they work from home or they work at a desk. So let's get into it. So, I mean, first off, you don't need a radical like lifestyle overhaul to actually like get leaner and feel better. If you have a desk job, I mean, the game is just literally working smarter. Small intentional changes, how you move, eat, train, and then just like actually having some structure to your day to keep on top of things and make you feel better overall. So first off, your step count is ultimately a big progress killer. You're just not moving very much, which is going to make you have to eat less to lose the same amount of weight as somebody that did have a blue collar job or did have a job where they're on their feet all day. So, desk workers often are clocking fewer than 3,000 steps a day. And I mean, that's far below the 7 to 10,000 that, is generally talked about. The general goal that, supports a healthy metabolism. And I mean, when you're barely moving, just going to the gym and getting a quick workout in a lot of times isn't enough to just combat that 8+ hours of just sitting there all day. So this fix isn't dramatic. It's just consistent and bite sized. So I want you to think about, taking 15-minute breaks, like set a timer for every 90 minutes and just get up and just walk around. If you work from home, that could be literally walking around your house. Obviously it'd be a little bit better if you could just go walk around the block or something, take a 10-15 minute walk real quick. It could even be around the office, up and down the stairs, something like that, to just add, several hundred steps, or, really over 1,000 or 2,000 steps a day. Lunch walk, using your lunch break to get, 15-20 minutes outside. Or again, even if it's freezing out where you live or something and you want to walk around your house, or get a walking pad. If you're walking at 1 to 2 miles per hour during your calls or your easy tasks, I mean, even 30 minutes of it a day can add over 2,000 steps. So, while you're working too. So definitely think about a walking pad, which I'm actually investing in one this week because I desperately need to do this too. I'm tired of the Ohio weather where one day it's 65 or 70 and then today it's snowing out. So I don't want to get consistent steps outside and go walk in the snow. So I'm getting a walking pad. The often problem is you're exhausted after work. You don't want to go get a walk in. You don't want to go get your workout in because you feel tired. So that, 2, 3 p.m. crash where you are drained out and then you drag home, some of it's stress, but it's not all just stress. It's the combination of your food choices, your caffeine dependency, and a lack of routine and structure. So the blood sugar spikes, the caffeine, and then again, yeah, just the structure. So first off, I want to fix your morning before anything else. So, most people reach for coffee the moment they wake up. I love coffee. I drink it as well, but I push that out to, about an hour after I wake up, because your cortisol is already naturally at its peak in that first hour of waking. So stacking that caffeine, on top of it, will spike your tolerance and set you up for a bigger crash later. So that's why, you get the mid-morning crash, then you eat lunch, and then you feel okay for an hour or two, and then you crash again because that blood sugar spike because you didn't have something good for lunch. So try to delay that coffee by 60 to 90 minutes after waking up, and then pair it with something that actually fuels you. A high protein morning meal. You could do eggs, something quicker like Greek yogurt. Probably my favorite is protein oats. I mean, it's so easy. Just you can buy the actual protein oats. You can do overnight oats, or I'll literally just, I'll double up on the protein. Basically, I'll get like 2 packets of protein oatmeal and throw a scoop of protein in it as well, mix it in, and there you go. I've got like 40 to 50 grams of protein in the morning. Super easy. It's done in, 2 minutes and you're ready to go. You could also do a protein shake, but ultimately, something quick, filling, protein forward. Aim for that 25 to 40 grams of protein before you hit your first meeting, and this will stabilize your blood sugar and reduce your cravings all day. So, and again, just delaying your coffee a little bit. a lunch that won't wreck your afternoon. So a blood sugar spiking lunch, like fast food, white bread, sugary drinks, fried foods, all of that stuff. So it's the number one cause of the post lunch fog. You don't need to eat boring to eat right. The goal is high protein, moderate carb, enough fiber to keep you full and focused through the afternoon. So you could even still do bread. You could do a turkey sandwich, but go like a lower calorie bread, or a whole grain, a wheat bread, something that's not going to cause an energy spike as much. So low calorie bread, loaded up with turkey, could throw some avocado or veggies on there. It's simple prep. I mean, it literally takes you 2 minutes to just throw things on in between two pieces of bread in the morning. So rice, meat, and veggies, simple, classic. You could, sub the rice for potatoes, like sweet potato or even a regular potato, something like that. Ground beef, chicken, shrimp, roasted vegetable. And the great thing about this one is you don't have to prep it that morning or the night before. You can literally make 4 or 5 portions of it on Sundays, and then you're good for the week. Chicken fiber wrap, so like a high fiber tortilla, throw in some chicken. You could do salsa, lettuce. You could do Greek yogurt instead of the sour cream, or just like a low calorie dressing, something like that. Helps you stay full. You get a wrap in for the fiber, less refined carbs than your standard wrap, so it'll help with that energy spike as well, or that energy drop off. Dinner, what I like to do for a lot of people is give them a little bit of freedom. If we're setting you up where it's like, all right, let's just say for general numbers purposes that you need to lose, or you need to eat 2,000 calories a day to lose weight. Okay, perfect. So your first meal, protein oatmeal, like 500 calories. Your second meal, some chicken wraps or chicken sandwiches with maybe a bag of protein chips. Okay, another 500 calories. Now you've hit 1,000 calories for the day. Now you have 1,000 calories that you can play around with for dinner. This is going to give you some flexibility. Yes, ultimately, we still want this to be a protein forward meal, but it doesn't have to be super strict. This is where you're going to get a little bit of variety from and not feel like you're dieting all the time. So this could be like, you could even do Chipotle. I'll do rice, double protein, corn, mild, fajitas, all of the veggies basically. And just load my bowl up that way. So yeah, that's definitely something you could do, a satisfying dinner that'll keep you on track without actually feeling like a diet. Also too, if you are feeling that low energy before trying to get to the gym, it's not a bad idea to throw something in, some type of quick, fast acting carb source before your workout. So let's say you do that. So we'll knock your dinner down to 800 calories, give you a 200 calorie snack before the gym. Still, you're at 2,000 calories. Still, you got more flexibility. You got to eat a little bit more of a meal for your dinner after the gym, and then you are full. You're not having late night cravings. You basically got to eat what you want if you got to go to Chipotle or you went to Panda Express or something like that. Also, the big thing is you don't need to live at the gym. There's too many people that think that they can't make progress with lifting 3 to 4 days a week. So they need, like, if this is going to work, your workouts need to be intentional, high intensity, and it's definitely enough to build a lot of muscle, shift your body composition. I lift 4 times a week for about 35 to 45 minutes per session. And so when you're adding that to your cleaner eating, your higher protein eating, your more daily movement, you're absolutely going to be able to build muscle and lose body fat. Truthfully, stop waiting until you have more time. The sessions don't need to be long. They just need to be focused. So 3 to 4 lifts per week, like I said, about 45 minutes per session, can definitely be shorter. But, with my people that don't move a lot, you could always do 30 to 35 minutes of lifting, 15 or so minutes for like cardio. And definitely do not, I get people all the time, they're like, how am I able to hit my chest, my back, my shoulders, my arms, all in a 30-minute session or all in a 45-minute session? Because you're basically going to do 2 sets per muscle group. You could definitely do more. Like, for instance, I might structure a workout like this if I want it to be slightly more chest focused this day. I'd do a chest press variation to start. Then I would do a back movement like a row or a pull down. Then my third exercise might be a chest fly. And then I do 2 sets of triceps, 2 sets of biceps, and then 2 sets of lateral raises. Boom. six exercises, everything is 2 sets. You're pushing almost to failure on that. Your rest times are going to be 2 to 3 minutes. So those rest times are going to be where things can add on a little bit of time. So, that might push you closer to the 40-minute mark, but still, you're going to be in and out quickly. Also, 2 to 3 rest days with walks. Your rest days shouldn't be just you sitting around too, because, you're not moving a lot during the day. So I would go on a 20 to 30-minute walk on your non-gym days. And you could even, adding that to just moving more throughout the workday is definitely going to help you get your TEE up. Sorry, had a brain fart for a second. So your total daily energy expenditure. Train with intention, not just effort, was definitely just kind of leaning into this a little bit. So execute. You're going to train with intensity and progressive overload. Focus. Choose compound lifts with clear targets. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be compound lifts. I mean, I like a lot of machine things because they're very, very stable. They're easy to progress without form breakdown. Recovery, rest, sleep, walk on the off days. We got to get your sleep up too. It's going to help your energy so much if you just actually get into a routine with your sleep. Everybody's different, but I mean, I would say shoot for 7 hours a day at least, and just get consistent with that. Rest days are definitely part of the plan. Like we talked about, those 20 to 30-minute neighborhood walks, light stretching. You can meal prep on those days, and yes, get your sleep, like I said. Plan your week, man. Scheduling is such a big part of it. Like people can have the perfect plan, and people can have the perfect meals as well, but if you have no structure, you have no routine, as soon as your motivation goes down, you are going to fall off of it. So plan your workouts, plan when you're going to prep your lunches. And so then you don't end up with, the blood sugar bomb, and then your energy falls off. So schedule your gym days, write down exactly the 3 to 4 days you're going to go. It doesn't necessarily matter on the days. Set in, the mornings or evenings, whatever works better for you. Pick a meal prep day. I think Sunday is the best for most people. Set aside 45 to 60 minutes. And honestly, it shouldn't even take that long. I'll throw my beef in a pan, go jump in the shower for 10 minutes, come back, and it's done. And then microwave my rice real quick, and maybe microwave a bag of veggies, throw it in containers, and I'm done. And it took me, total of 20 to 30 minutes. So batch prep those. Set your walk reminders. Like I said, try to shoot for every 90 minutes. I know some people's, if you're working for somebody, it's a little hard, or if you have meetings all day, but whatever works, just try to get a couple walks in during the day, and review and adjust weekly. Every Sunday, quick 5-minute review. Did you hit your workouts? Did you prep your meals? What threw you off? And then make small weekly adjustments. Build a system that actually worked for your life, not just a perfect imaginary one. Everybody is different, but everybody's schedules are different. Some people have much more hectic schedules, but there still should be time that you can plan to do something. Do a big task. Like if you know that things get hectic for you during the day and they're hard to plan around, do it first thing in the morning. Do those big tasks that you need to get out of the way first thing in the morning before things start to get hectic. So yeah, a little bit of planning, guys, goes a long way. But at the end of the day, yes, it is moving more and eating less, but there's also 100% a system that is going to help you out. So yeah. And then if you guys want to learn how to drop 10% body fat or more in the next 150 days and get shredded, I'm going to leave a link down below so you can watch that video as well. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next one.